What's going on, YouTube family? How are we doing? I hope you've all had an incredible week. Welcome back to the channel. If you're not subscribed yet, you know what to do. Hit the button, it's free. So you're probably thinking in the end, oh my God, what's going on? I'm all good, but it may come as a shock to some of you. So last week I had my first break in 2 years and I was kind of sat around the pool and I just started thinking and getting in that deep thought. You know what it's like sometimes, all these thoughts come and you can't really switch off. I started to realize that I perhaps haven't had enough balance in my life. I've perhaps overworked myself and over-delivered to try and help other people as well, which of course in their right mind, when you're paying for something, of course you need to deliver, and I'm not saying that you shouldn't be. But on reflection and being self-aware, which is something I've really tried to work on this year, I realised that I was perhaps doing too much and I was losing sight of myself. You know, I lost sight of my own journey and I managed to recover from that. But I also felt immense pressure when doing that. The main reason I got into this as well was to have no obligations, was to have no boss, was to have no real schedule that I had to do. You know, if you wake up one day as a trader and you don't want to trade, or as a YouTuber and you don't want to make a video, you can do that comfortably, right? Go back to bed or just go out. The 6 weeks holiday was a great example. The kids are off for 6 weeks, the missus is working for quite a lot of it. I was trying to go out with them in the morning for a little bit, but I would still be on my phone, I wouldn't really be present. I would then try and trade a little bit in the afternoon, and then I would go out after, or I would delay going out because I wanted to trade. And then there were days where I just said, I'm not trading, I need to spend time with them. And I realised that my routine wasn't working best for me either. And I don't want to be out with the kids or out for lunch and I'm on my phone. And subconsciously you don't even realise. I'll be sitting here watching a film with the missus at night, my phone might vibrate or my watch, and I'll be like, and she'll be like, babe, did you see that? And I'm like, yeah, mad, isn't it? She goes, what happened? I'm like, don't know. You know, you have to remember 2 years ago I basically found the consistency. The 4 years prior to that I was getting shafted in the arse with a road cone by the market every single day. I've never once said I have everything figured out, and I've never once said I'm perfect, I'm the man, I've got this. And I'm still growing and developing, and I truly believe that everybody sitting here now, no matter what success point you're at, there is so much more for you to unlock and achieve in your mind and in your journeys, no matter what industry it is, whether it's trading, engineering, whatever it might be. There's so much for us to still learn, and it would be wrong of any of us to sit there with a massive ego and say, nah, I'm the best. That's bullshit. I don't care who you are. There is always people out there striving for more and striving for better, and that's why we have some mad people in this world that are just doing crazy shit, right? It's time to be selfish. Sometimes you have to pull back, you have to be aware, and you have to go, hang on a minute. Yes, I want to help people, but at the same time, are you helping yourself? And if you're not, then how can you better help yourself? I'm a big believer in I would rather have uncertainty than unhappiness. And when things start to affect my mind and my mood, as I've always said, I will do everything I can to look at how I can fix that, how I can change that. That being said, I have since made the decision. I am stepping down from hustle trading. I stepped down last week, and I will no longer be educating or mentoring in the space. I just want to focus on myself. I want to see where I can take my trading. I want to see where I can take the YouTube channel. But I also want to ensure that I've got the time to be present for my kids, be able to go to their plays, be able to go out with them when they're off school, be able to be present in the mornings for them. If they're not well, they're off, be able to be there and not be upstairs or on Zooms or doing other things because you feel the need to. I want to make sure that obviously I'm doing the things that, again, I started this whole thing for. Freedom, and freedom is the big thing for me. You know, I'd rather earn 40, 50k a year working from home than earning 100, 150k a year and work for someone else. You know, that's just me, that's my opinion, that's my view. I've put so many hours and fucking sweat and tears and stress and sleepless nights into trading and into developing my trading, that for me to just park that and then start focusing on everything else is mental. Because when you do the numbers and you understand business properly and you understand things, you realize that actually trading makes way more money than anything else that you've got going on, and it also makes more money and allows you the freedom. You can catch a trade, you can be done for the month on one trade and go and have a month of freedom and memory making. I gave my all, absolute everything, to every single person that I've ever helped, coached, spoken to. I got to a point where I would Zoom with people I don't even know that might have a mindset problem or a trading issue. People would DM me and I would feel that the responsibility, because I feel I have a platform, to help those people. I haven't been selfish in this journey. And I've always been very giving. And I'm not to say I'm going to be like, fuck you all, not speaking to anyone. This YouTube channel, of course, now is going to get even more focused because this has become a very big passion project / business that I'm looking to really grow and scale. I'm looking to hopefully do 2 videos a week. I'll be looking to drop one on a Wednesday at 6 p.m. And I'll be looking to drop one the usual time, Sunday, 9 a.m. Any suggestions on what you would like, please drop them in the comments. I will deliver things on here, of course. That isn't going to change. But from a perspective of teaching people and being involved in the industry as a mentor, I haven't got the time for that anymore, or the energy. I just want to focus on me. It's very toxic out there as well. You're judged by everything that you do, and no matter how transparent or honest you are, someone's got something to say. And look, that's life, right? At the end of the day, no matter how successful you get, you just attract more and more hate. The benefits from having a community, yes, they're great. You get to help people, which is amazing. You get to see people embark on a new journey, guide them in the right direction, and hopefully help them to become consistent and profitable. Yes, you get paid for it. But at the same time, when you work out the paid equation to what trading can make, it's a massive gap. People are very quick to run up some numbers and work out, oh yeah, but they made this, so they make that, and oh, they make that a month. Those people don't understand business, because in business you have to have corporation tax, you have to have VAT, you have to have overheads, and you have to have your own tax. So the money you actually earn when you're just pulling a dividend isn't as much as you would earn if you were just being a trader. And the cost and time to being a trader, mentor, educator, and just being a trader is a no-brainer. Let's say you make 4K, right, from your community, right, 4K. Trading, a 1 to 10 can make you 10K on one account. After split and whatnot, all right, maybe you're left with 8, maybe you're left with 7. You still made more, little effort, because you put the effort in to develop the skill, right? I realized I was perhaps pushing the skill away in a weird way and not using it to my best advantage, because I would rather help other people, because of course they're paying for a service. I need to focus on where am I headed? What am I doing? What's my purpose in life? Where will I be in 5 years, 10 years? You know, thinking like that. I need to think that way. I'm 29 next year, albeit very young. I also need to think of the future. And I need to ensure that I don't burn out and I don't take my eyes off the ball on what's important to me. Trading allows you freedom, location freedom. You can go anywhere in the world. You can do anything you want, especially with the prop firms and the options we have in front of us. If you've mastered your skill and you understand it and it's just you v you, you're going to go very far. When you start to give everyone your time and energy, you do take away from that. Now, don't get me wrong. Helping people also helped me develop 100%. But there comes a point where you outgrow that and you need to then go, how do I develop? What do I do? I realized I can do all the things that I want to do as a trader and a YouTuber, and I don't need to be the educator anymore. I can say that was an amazing experience. I've learned so much from it and I've taken away so many lessons and life skills. But I also need to go and now embark on a new journey. I figured it's a big part of my journey, and again, this is to document my journey too and look back for myself as well as for everybody else. Hopefully this can help someone if you are looking to get into mentoring. I'm not saying it's a bad thing at all. It is incredible and you'll learn a hell of a lot from it. But at the same time, just remember that the skill that you've been working so hard on to develop can take a knock when you start to give your time to everybody else. You perhaps stop doing the things that got you there in the first place. I was guilty of that and I've had to catch myself, and yes, I've pulled myself back on track. It's a hard decision, and please don't think this was an easy decision. Icing on the cake was when I finally got time to shut off. When something's badgering you a lot, you do have to make that decision as whether it's worth keeping or not. Write down the pros, write down the cons. Metacognition, where I'm able to unpack my thoughts. I'm so grateful that I've managed to establish that skill where I can sit back, I can relax, and then I can start to see all the different thoughts and unpack them and then kind of grab them as if I'm like Tony Stark and fucking Iron Man and I'm moving shit over like Jarvis, do this, do you know what I mean? Like if I'm able to do all that and I can put my thoughts out, it's a skill that I really have found I've developed. And that allows me to then make decisions best based off that. It's a sad time for some, and of course I'm going to miss the guys and the girls there, and I'm going to miss the community aspect of it. I'm excited for the unknown. I don't know what's to come. I don't know where I'm going to be in a year, but I'm excited for it. I'm buzzing for it. I'm looking forward to looking back on this and going, whoa, do you remember that? Going on my own now, all that time I can now give to myself is going to be sick. Obviously, I've structured a new routine, a new way I'm doing everything, a new way I'm kind of just approaching the market, approaching my day. I might do a video on all that, my routine structure. I also want to learn stuff. I want to learn about property. I want to learn more about investing. I want to learn about where to put my money. I want to learn about taxes and how can I legally save on tax, or where can I put money. I want to learn about so many different things, and sometimes you don't have the energy to do it. So when it comes to you at the end of the day, you've got no tokens left and you're just focused on everything else, that you neglect yourself. And over time, that really starts to take its toll. And I noticed it with my health, and I noticed it with my posture and my back and my thoughts and my mindset. And like I say, you have to act on that before it becomes a problem and you look back with regret, and regret something that I don't want to, and I don't think anybody wants to have or look back on. So make sure that you're making tough decisions. Tough decisions are what matter in business, in life. Yes, they're not easy to make, but don't be scared to tread on someone's toes or to speak up if you're feeling a certain way. You are what's important, because once you neglect you, everything else around it will fall apart. If you can like and subscribe, it goes a long way. It means a lot. We're going to 100k. One day I'll sit here and I'll have the little plaque and I'll be unboxing it, showing you all. Big ups to all of you for liking and subscribing. And yeah, just keep killing it. Make sure you're having these moments in your own life where you're thinking about things and you're deep in things. Sometimes we think they're bad, but they're actually can be very good for us. Big love to everyone, and I will catch you in a bit. Peace and love, gang.